글로벌 브리핑입니다. 미국 대선이 이제 2달 남짓 남았습니다. 미국 민주당에 이어서 이번 주에는 공화당의 전당대회가 진행되는데요. 재선을 노리는 트럼프 대통령 그리고 역대 최고령 대통령에 도전하는 바이든 전 부통령 중에 과연 누가 미국의 59대 대통령이 될까요? 현재로서는 경합지역에서 지지율이 박빙으로 나타나고 있어서 예측하기가 어려운데요. 그런데 벌써부터 확실하게 답을 예측한 한 역사학자, 정치사학자가 있습니다. 미국 아메리칸 유니버시티의 앨런 리트만 교수인데요. 여기 보시는 것처럼 1984년 레이건 대통령부터 8번에 걸쳐 대선 결과를 맞춰 미국 대선의 노스트라다무스로도 불립니다. 인터뷰를 사전 녹화했는데요. 함께 만나보시죠. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So in the U.S., you have commonly been referred to as the Nostradamus of presidential elections. Do you like this nickname?
I'll take it. Why not? People want to use it. That is okay with me. Tell you, I've been doing this now since 1982, almost 40 years ago. I'm 73, and I still get butterflies in my stomach every time I put myself on the line to make a prediction. It's putting aside your own personal political preferences. And I always tell people, these are predictions, not endorsements.
What's the purpose of you doing this as a historian?
Well, I have several purposes. One, I wanted to show the relevance of history. History can be a guide to the future. Secondly, I wanted to send a message. The keys are not just a trick for predicting elections. They have a message, and the message is a big one. Govern well, and your party will likely be reelected.
자, 여기 앨런 리트만 교수가 대선 최종 승자를 예측하는 데 사용하는 13개의 명제 항목들을 공개합니다. 장단기 경제 상황, 그리고 사회적 안전, 불안, 외교 군사 분야에서의 성공 여부, 그리고 집권당의 입지, 또 정책 변화와 같은 것들인데요. 1860년부터 치러진 미국 대선의 통계를 분석해 이를 바탕으로 13개의 항목을 추려냈다고 합니다. 이 가운데 6개 이상이 집권당의 입장에서 봤을 때 틀린 것, 해당 없음으로 나오면 현재의 집권당이 재집권에 실패한다라는 건데요. 리트만 교수는 바로 이 대선 예측 기준을 바탕으로 지난 대선 때 트럼프의 승리를 예측했었습니다.
And when I predicted a Trump win in 2016, you can imagine that did not make me very popular in 90% plus Democratic Washington, D.C., where I teach. And can I be wrong? Of course I can be wrong. I'm a human being, you know. I don't have a pipeline to God. My system is based on analysis and history. And, you know, if I hit 9 out of 10, that wouldn't be bad either, but I don't expect to be wrong. It's the world's only do-it-yourself prediction system. You can't create one of those big econometric equations, but you can answer the 13 keys.
네, 그래서 리트만 교수가 사용하는 13개의 잣대로 트럼프 대통령과 바이든 전 부통령을 평가해 보겠습니다. 결과가 어떻게 나왔을까요?
The keys are not just some lucky random factors. They are based upon the notion that elections are votes up or down on how well the party in power has governed. In fact, I developed the keys in 1981 as part of the odd couple of political research, collaborating with Vladimir Kailas-Borak from Moscow, the world's leading authority in earthquake prediction. And what we did is we reinterpreted presidential elections in geophysical terms as stability. The party in power keeps the White House, and earthquake, the party in power loses. That's why this system is so robust, because it has survived through such enormous changes in our politics, our history, our economics, our demography. It's worked through vastly greater changes than that.
Then who do you predict to win the November election?
This is the punchline. In late 2019, Donald Trump is looking good. To count out the party holding the White House, they have to have 6 negative keys, 6 strikes and you're out. He only had 4. But then America, of course, was hit with the pandemic and the cries for social and racial justice. And although Trump acknowledged my prediction of his win, he never understood the meaning of the keys, which is that governing, not campaigning, counts. And instead of dealing substantively with these challenges, he thought he could talk his way out of it, reverting to his 2016 playbook when he was the challenger. Now he's the incumbent, he's judged on his record. And you can't talk your way out of these problems. And the result was he lost 3 additional keys. The short-term economy key, because we're in recession. The long-term economy key, because the negative growth has pulled our economy down so far. And the social unrest key, because of what's raging across the land. So Trump goes from 4 keys down and a likely win to 7 keys down, 1 more key than needed to predict his defeat. So my final prediction is that Donald Trump will be the only president since George H.W. Bush in 1992 to lose a re-election bid. And this reversal is the most dramatic, most sudden reversal of fortune for an incumbent party in the history of the country, and Trump has no one to blame but himself.
Let me ask you somewhat differently. Anybody can be the U.S. president if all the 13 keys are met in the way that it should be met to become a president.
Well, you don't need all 13, but absolutely. This says anyone can become president, provided, of course, you fulfill the constitutional requirement.
How do you see the presidency?
The presidency is a constitutional office. It's not something granted by God. The president, above all, should be the servant of the people.
Your insight is invaluable.
The keys are the big picture. They don't change easily.
Thank you so much for having an interview with us. Stay safe and take care.
You too. It was a great interview.
네, 그래서 이번 대선은 민주당 조 바이든 후보의 승리가 예측된다는 게 리트먼 교수의 분석입니다. 보시는 것처럼 트럼프 대통령이 현지 프리미엄을 차지하고도 명제를 6개밖에 충족시키지 못했기 때문인데요. 어디까지나 전문가 한 사람의 예측이지만 과연 이 시스템이 이번에도 제대로 작동을 할지 아니면 처음으로 틀려서 트럼프 대통령이 재선에 성공할지 이제 2달 후면 그 결과를 알 수 있게 됩니다.